Alright boys, we're having real talk by the river today. I've been thinking lately about professionalism. What does being a professional mean? I think that it goes without saying, if you want to achieve your goals and your dreams, you need to be organized and professional. Being punctual, being on time, being organized, attention to detail, dress sharp, firm handshake, all these things. I've adopted a filter in my mind where it's like everything I do has to be professional, because how you do one thing is how you do everything. You can't just be excellent on Monday and then be amateur throughout the week and expect amazing results. I guess we could start with who am I spending my time with? Everyone's heard the quote, you're the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with, but no one actually applies the lesson behind it, which is to cut out the people who you don't want to be part of your average. I found that my friends are all off at university and doing whatever. I found that in this gap year that I've been away from them, I've grown a lot as a person, while I've isolated, basically. I've made a lot of progress on my business, on myself, money, body, whatever. But as soon as I see those friends again and I tend to have a little more fun, I revert back to my old self, basically. I feel like I've just lost a couple months or a year of progress. I feel like whatever level you're at, when you associate with the people you choose to associate with, that's the level that they'll always see you as. And it's the natural human inclination to want to fit in. So you'll naturally revert back to however they saw you, because that's who they accepted you as. Hopefully that made sense. So that's been a major lesson recently, is curating my circle. I'm sort of ghosting everyone who, I still like them as a person, but will bring down my standard. So that's certainly one way I've been trying to become more professional, more organized, more diligent. Another way I've been doing that is trying to dress sharper, right? I've got some classy gloves on, got the hat. I've been trying to take care of the facial hair, trying to groom it, but I'm not so good at it yet. You might have seen in my recent videos I've been wearing like quarter zip sweaters and that kind of thing, kind of like the old money sort of drip, and that's all on purpose. I think as soon as I start wearing the graphic t-shirts and the Nike and the Under Armour, I just fit in with everyone else, and that's not what I want to do, right? So I'm sending a signal to the universe, to myself, that that's not who I want to be. I'm gonna dress different, I'm gonna act different, I'm gonna talk different, I'm gonna carry myself different than everyone else, because I don't want to be like them. I don't want to be like everyone else. I don't want to be average. It's actually gotten to the point where I'm starting to notice details of people's outfits where I'm like, you can tell by the way someone dresses how they speak, okay? You can tell if someone's wearing Nike and baggy pants and an oversized hoodie. You can tell they speak with a lot of slang, and let's be honest, they're probably not very successful, right? But when you see someone dressed in a black trench coat with some matching jeans, some boots, a nice watch on, you think to yourself, that's a well put together man. That's a well put together guy. He probably has his shit in order. And I think it's important to dress and act the part before you are the part, before you are at that level. I think you have to be professional before you are professional. You don't become the best basketball player in the world by training like a professional when you get to the NBA. You become a professional basketball player by training like a professional when you're 16 years old. Hopefully that makes sense as well. So I also started taking pictures of random strangers' outfits while I'm at the store and things, so that I can emulate them if I see something I really like. So I don't know, maybe I'll get arrested soon. Another thing I've been thinking about is the environment you're in. So for example, I try to keep a very clean desk now, very minimalist, trying to, I've sold a bunch of the stuff I own just because, if you think to yourself, like, what do the highest performing people have in common in terms of their environment? Is it all like distractions everywhere? Is it books on the floor and socks on the door and just amateur shit? Is it that, or is it, minimalist? Here's my desk, here's my computer, here's my phone, let's get to work, right? So the environment's been really crucial. And also because someone who loses their phone all the time or loses their wallet, they're just they're sloppy, right? How can you expect to build $1 million company or become a professional athlete or, succeed in school or business or whatever if you can't keep track of your keys? My keys are in my left pocket, my phone is in my right. Details like this absolutely matter, 100% matter. Just being professional, walking into a room with your shoulders back, dressing sharp, firm handshake, being polite, introducing yourself well. Just all these little details make a huge difference, I think, personally, in determining your success. So that's another thing, environment, keeping track of my items. The last thing I'll mention is the way I speak. So if you talked to me a year ago, I would just, it makes me cringe now. I would just talk super bubbly and shit, and it's just really, it makes me cringe. It's sloppy, it's just weird. I just did it to fit in, I guess, and make people laugh. But at the end of the day, I'd rather be respected than just be perceived as a clown. At the end of the day, I'd rather be respected for being introverted and fucking successful than being outgoing and a bit of a loser, to be honest with you. But you have to ask yourself, if you walk into a business meeting or you're dealing with a customer, I got snow on my hands from the push-ups. If you walk into a business meeting and you speak the way you do currently, are they buying from you? No chance, right? And they wouldn't buy from me either, most likely, which is why I'm making a very deliberate effort to, enhance the way I speak and enhance the deliverability of it and enhance the tonality and just improve my speech overall to be more persuasive and more respectable. So that was pretty much all I wanted to cover today in terms of being more professional. It's a beautiful day here by the river, -3 degrees. Follow the journey, see me go from 19-year-old to successful entrepreneur in the coming weeks, months, years. I think that's all I have to say.